We found this old, dusty VHS tape that has a tutorial that serves as a great guide to determine whether you'd be a better player or a better DM.
So, you're interested in playing Dungeons and Dragons. Was it because a coworker or friend told you about it? Do you want to connect with your kids? Or was it because you're trying to impress your crush at art class? If it's that last reason, this won't work. Any other reasons, then Dungeons & Dragons might be for you. It's a game that requires time, commitment, and imagination. But before you get into any of that, you need to ask yourself one question. Are you a player or dungeon master? Well, what is it, little Timmy?
Well, gee, I don't know. What's the difference?
Well, buckle up and strap in, because we're going to see if you are a better match to be a player or dungeon master.
Oh, boy!
Let's start with the player. The player is the protagonist in your group's adventures. You and fellow characters team up and form a party, like Lord of the Rings, but way more chaotic and passive-aggressive and murder-hobo-y.
Wowee, mister! Well, where do I start?
Oh, we have an eager one here. Haven't seen that since the OGL crisis. Well, we need to start by creating a character. Your character is your alter ego you will be playing in the game. Go ahead and make a fun and unique character that you would find interest in playing. But don't get too attached, because you will most likely transform that character to resemble yourself by the end of the campaign.
What does my character do?
Well, like all adventure stories, you and your group will adventure into the unknown, being presented quests and obstacles by the Dungeon Master. Do you want to know the benefits as well?
Absolutely!
All right! Well, the game revolves around you, the player. You define the relationships with your interactions. This is true both in and out of game. So if you bring good snacks, your party members will treat you better, which, as a player, can help your party come together to overcome the challenges given by the Dungeon Master. Speaking of, the Dungeon Master is the one who lays out the world for you. So if you don't have a lot of free time, being a player is perfect because it requires little prep. So lay back, relax, and watch your group work together and form unbreakable bonds and unforgettable stories.
Wow! If being a player is this good, I can't wait to see what being a Dungeon Master is like.
Oh, Timmy, you sweet, innocent child. Let's flip the script and show you someone who does want to be a Dungeon Master.
So, you want to be a Dungeon Master?
Do I ever?
Is it because your friends are forcing you to? Was being a player not good enough for your crush in art class? Or are you in the middle of writing a fantasy book and want to test it on your friends?
Okay, maybe.
All right, Brandon Sanderson. Let's show you what it takes to be a Dungeon Master.
Okay.
The DM is in charge of creating the world that your player characters will be in. And in order for that to happen, this will become another full-time job.
Oh, boy!
One that you do not get paid for.
Oh. Okay, well, it's kind of hard to see the value in any of that.
Well, what if I told you the value is that the DMs create the most interesting worlds and NPCs?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Only for your players to completely ignore your 40 hours of work.
Okay, yep.
Speaking of players, they will grant unto you another title. That being Public Enemy #1.
Wait, what? Why?
Because you're the god of their world, and as history has showed, people often curse the gods of their world.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
And that's not all. As a Dungeon Master, you are in charge of giving them answers to their questions.
Oh, okay.
And half of those questions will be the stupidest things you ever heard.
What?
Let's practice.
Oh, no.
One character eats some dirt. They want to know what it tastes like.
Dirt?
More specific.
More specific. Dirty dirt.
They want to know the mineral composition found in the dirt.
Rocks. Sand. Why?
The player is a rock gnome who has a pet Zorn who only eats rocks, and he wants to know if the dirt is rocky enough to feed him.
What the heck is a sword?
I don't know, Dungeon Master. You tell me. You are obligated to know everything there is to know about Dungeons and Dragons. Every rule, every decision, every corner of every nook and cranny. You must know.
Are there any benefits to being a Dungeon Master?
Why, yes. Like what was stated for the players, they are the ones who brings food and snacks to the games. But the only one who brings them is the player who can't have gluten, dairy, and everything is vegan and organic. And you must say thank you and partake.
You sound like that player. Why would anyone want to be a Dungeon Master?
Control issues.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, listen, this has been fun and all, but I don't think being a Dungeon Master is for me, okay? Thank you.
Let me ask you something, little Jimmy. Is
What?
anyone else in the group going to be the DM?
No.
Well, congratulations! You are now the forever DM. That's the spirit.
Oh, yeah, woo.
There it is. Now get out there and answer the stupid questions your players will ask you. Tune in next week as we discuss why a Dungeon Master is the perfect therapist.
Oh.